Pooja, welcoming you to another episode of our show, Little Superstars, here on NTV Houston. Our superstar today is a 12-year-old rockstar. He produces music for his very own YouTube channel, and he plays several instruments like guitar, flute, and drums. He is also a trained singer and hosts a podcast show. Please put your hands together and help me welcome Karthik Kominneni. Now, please put your hands together for Karthik's mentor and a music producer, Suman Mangu. Hello, Karthik. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. And how are you, Suman?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So Karthik, tell me this, how was your reaction when you found out that you were going to be on the show?
It was pretty good. I had been recommended to be on the show by somebody, and we signed up, and when I heard the good news, it was pretty exciting.
Very well. Did he come tell you that he was going to be on the show, and how was his reaction when he told you?
Yeah, he actually told me in the beginning when he shot it, and he was really excited, and he told me about it. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
So you were excited and you told your mentor. So Suman, I see you're here as his mentor. So before we get to Karthik, I want to know a little something about you.
Yeah, definitely. So I started singing at the age of 6. I learned Carnatic classical for 13 years. Then I got into the technical side of music and music production, mixing and live sound and all that. And now I'm a music producer, and I produce songs. I recently produced a song in India.
Oh wow!
And the singer was Vijay Prakash. He's a J-Ho fame. He sang on the J-Ho track. So
wow.
he sang in my song. So that was a really exciting experience for me to work with artists in India that are renowned.
Yeah.
Doing it right now, doing their job, and just it's great.
Man,
it's great to do.
That's a whole different episode. I need you as the star, so then I can interview you on how you got the gig. But tell me this: what role do you play in Karthik's life? What are you mentoring him in?
Well, so we met through this program called Swara Madhuri. It happens we sing every month at this live event, and so we met through there. And then I was singing, and then I was doing live sound. I was providing the sound system for that program. So then he used to come over, sit next to me. He's like, hey, I want to learn this. And I was like, hey man, I'm still learning this too, but you can learn it too. So
I was like 4 back then too.
Oh wow, so you're 4 and you already wanted to learn?
Yeah, I just like the little buttons, and I'm like, I want to push the button.
Yeah.
Well, you did that today as well.
Kind of
Yeah, so then he always sat next to me, and he's like, what does that button do? What does this do? And then slowly, that's how we became friends, and then we started singing together and all that. So.
Wow, so you're a mentor and a friend.
Yes.
So you were 4 and now you're 12, so you've known him for 8 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Maybe longer
8
because
to 10
of
years,
the
something
dance,
like that.
right?
Wow,
Yeah.
you guys, it's like, even I do, but I'm just saying people my age don't even have friends 8 years old, like old friendship that lasts 8 years old. You get the point.
Yeah.
Okay, so Karthik, tell me this. So you've learned so much from him. Now let's talk about your guitar experience. When did you start playing the guitar, and what inspired you?
Pretty recently. It's just a very common instrument. It's something that a lot of the front line, it's played a lot in, and usually, because I also started singing when I was around 4, which is why I got interested into sound and all that stuff in the first place.
Okay.
But guitar, I started about 2 years ago, and that's what inspired me.
Awesome. So do you have a piece for us today that you would play?
Yes, Tumiyo from Ashiki 2.
Wow, I can't wait to hear that. It's one of my favorite tracks, so let's hear you play it.
हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा, हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा तुझसे जुदा अगर हो जाएंगे तो खुद से ही हो जाएंगे जुदा क्योंकि तुम ही हो अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी अब तुम ही हो चैन भी मेरा दर्द भी मेरी आशिकी अब तुम ही हो तेरा मेरा रिश्ता है कैसा एक पर दूर गवार नहीं तेरे लिए हर रोज है जीते तुझको दिया मेरा वक्त सभी कोई लम्हे मेरा ना हो तेरे बिना हर सांस पे नाम तेरा
Awesome! That song was mind-blowing and honestly it is one of my favorite songs. So thank you for playing that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So tell me this, Hindi isn't your first language, right?
No, it's not.
So what language do you speak at home?
I speak English and Telugu at home usually.
So what inspired you to play a Hindi song?
The Hindi platform, and I also knew the song on guitar, so I could sing and play it on guitar both.
Very nice. And how long did it take for you to like learn that song and practice your singing to the lyrics?
So I learned the vocals before I learned the guitar part, like because it's I learned the vocals previously with the track and things like that. Later, when I started learning guitar, it's a pretty acoustic song, so it fits well with the guitar. So we decided to go with that song on the guitar, and maybe it took me a month or something to learn the guitar part. But it's been a while since that time, so I practiced more from that.
Very nice. Good to hear. Okay, so tell me this. I've heard you have a podcast that you host.
Yep.
So what is that about? And just tell me first, and then I'll ask you the next question.
Okay, so the podcast, so far I've been bringing guests. As of filming, we've done like 8 episodes. This week is supposed to be the 9th one.
Wow, look at you go. Okay.
Yeah, it's like once a week kind of thing. So I bring talented guests, I ask them questions. It's like, but eventually I'm planning on maybe not bringing guests every time, and maybe some just me or things like that. But that's in the future.
Okay.
So far, it's just.
Well, my next question was, the first question was, what is your podcast about? And the second one was, why haven't you invited me yet? So.
Oh yeah, I have invited you. It's just we didn't record.
Yes, you have. Okay. So imagine this is like a dry run of your podcast with me. What would be a couple of the questions that you wanted to ask me?
So what inspired you to start anchoring and hosting?
Oh, okay. Actually, I never thought that I was gonna be anchoring a show. Prior to this, I was a radio jockey, and I always wanted to do films and big screen. But this opportunity came along when I went to the NTV's Good Morning show, and they kind of interviewed me. And I guess they liked the way I spoke on camera, and they offered me the job. So that was how this fell in place. Next question.
So how long have you been interviewing? What experience do you have?
Ooh, the experience is fairly new. I started this show back in June, so I've basically just been a host for 2 months, but I love it.
So what was it like having your own radio channel? How was that experience?
That experience was beyond phenomenal, but honestly, I used to hate, the only thing I hated about that was that I never was in front of camera, so people knew my voice, but nobody knew my face. So because of NTV and this show, now people finally know my face, and now it's my time to host you.
Yeah.
Those were some good questions, and I'm really excited to be a part of your podcast. So tell me this, music production, right? You also produce music, hence the mentor. So really quickly, tell me what goes into the production and how do you write your music and all that jazz?
So basically, it's the software, right? So sometimes I'll just be sitting in the software and I'll just come up with something, little keyboard, and just produce, and I can save that project, go from there. And yeah, that's how I write my music. Usually it's in the software. And a lot of the music that I make, it's very electronic based. It's not like, usually it's not live instruments and things like that.
So do you ever get stuck where you have to call him and be like, okay, I'm stuck, can you help me out?
Not necessarily like stuck on a tune, but he definitely helps. Like if I'm like, cause I'm still learning the technical side. Like one time my song, so usually in the software there's decibels, right? The master track can only be so loud.
Okay.
And the software gives you a few extra to go over so you can see, and then you can
kind of play with
measure.
it.
Yeah. But there's like a meter, and when you're taking the file out of the software, if it crosses that meter, everything that's above that meter gets clipped.
Okay.
So I didn't know that, and I composed something that was like 3 decibels above that meter, and it was like too loud. And I called him, and we were trying to figure out. And sometimes he helps with the more technical.
Very well. I'm gonna get back to you in a second. We're gonna take a short commercial break. Break your spar. I'm gonna ask Suman what he does and how he's been helping Karthik. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
हम हैं लिटिल सुपरस्टार, लिटिल सुपरस्टार, हम हैं लिटिल सुपरस्टार, लिटिल सुपरस्टार।
I'm a real estate consultant and the owner of Vogue Homes.
शुगरलैंड की सबसे बड़ी सुपरमार्केट अलरबा वर्ल्ड फूड 61,000 स्क्वायर फीट पर फैला देसी और विदेशी शॉपिंग के लिए वन स्टॉप शॉप,
जहां ग्रोसरी से लेकर ब्यूटी सर्विसेज तक, बैंक से लेकर होम फर्निशिंग तक।
लोकेटेड इन न्यू टेरिटरी एरिया एट यूनिवर्सिटी एंड ग्रैंड पार्कवे।
ये है वन स्टॉप शॉप डेस्टिनेशन
अलरबा वर्ल्ड फूड। फॉर मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन कॉल आमिर अली एट 512-652-8462।
59 और वेस्ट बेलफोर्ड पर है नुक्कड़ ढाबा, जहां के मशहूर जमाना बॉम्बे तंदूरी चिकन, पहाड़ी बोटी, चिकन चटपटा और बटर चिकन तो आप जानते ही होंगे। अगर आप बॉम्बे चाइनीज खाना आप पसंद करते हैं तो जरूर उनके चिकन लॉलीपॉप और चिकन चिली ट्राई करिएगा। और एनटीवी ह्यूस्टन का नाम लेने पर स्पेशल है $1.99 में कॉर्न सूप। सुबह 8 से लेकर रात के 2 बजे तक नुक्कड़ ढाबा आपकी खिदमत के लिए खुला होता है। For takeout and other inquiries, call 281-575-1178 at the corner of West Belfort and 59, Nukkad Dhaba.
मनपसंद सुपरमार्केट, जहां की फ्रेश वेजिटेबल्स, स्पाइसेस, फ्रोजन फूड आइटम्स आपको सबसे अच्छे प्राइस में मिलेंगी और हलाल ज़बीहा मीट भी मिलेगा। दाम मनपसंद, नाम मनपसंद, तो फिर क्यों ना जाए मनपसंद। Located at Wilcrest Drive, Houston, North Highway and William Cannon Drive, Austin, Texas. तो नाम याद रखिएगा, मनपसंद सुपरमार्केट।
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service, striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
हम हैं लिटिल सुपरस्टार, लिटिल सुपरस्टार, हम हैं लिटिल सुपरस्टार, लिटिल सुपरस्टार।
Welcome back after the break. We're in conversation with Karthik Kominneni and Suman Mangu. Let's go talk to them and see how they've been helping each other. So Suman, tell me this. So before going on the break, I asked you a question that how you have been helping Karthik with all these decibels that he was talking about. That went straight over my head. No clue what he was saying, but you tell me more.
Yeah, so like he said, I do help him more on the technical side more than the creative, because I do believe that every artist should have their own creative flow. So there's no point in having a mentor on that end. But when it comes to technical, like, you know, the volumes and EQ and compress, he asks me questions. So he calls me up and he's like, oh, how do you EQ this? Do I take out the bass or stuff like that? So I help him more on the technical side on software and things like that.
Very nice. So I don't understand this jargon, but I'm out of questions here because I'm still trying to process how a 12-year-old can do all that, you know, because it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
I'm mind blown. How do you even think about doing this? What led you to do stuff like this?
So I bought the MIDI controller. So I bought this little like small 2-octave kind of piano kind of thing. I saw videos of it. I'm like, that's cool. I want that.
Okay.
And it's the kind of thing I didn't know how to use it. So I called him. He used to have one.
Okay.
It's like a small MIDI controller, like a keyboard. And so I was asking him, how do I use this? What do I buy? How do I make this make sound?
Right.
And he told me a good Windows software with a free trial, and I used the free trial for a year, and after I got used to that.
So hey, if I ever need like a song produced for me, I'm definitely coming to you guys, all right?
Yep.
Because he's already working with popular celebs out there, and you're probably gonna get out there too, so why not? For free. Being a complete desi here.
Wait.
Wait, he says wait. Why, it's not gonna be for free? Here? Come on, man. Nah, don't do that. Okay, so tell me this. What about your YouTube channel? What do you do on your channel, and how long does it take for you to film a specific episode and edit it?
So when I'm playing a game, I usually like to film for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Most YouTube videos are supposed to be 10 minutes long, or they at least used to supposed to be 10 minutes long for the algorithm to read it and everything. So that's like around where I aim. But it really depends on the video on how long it takes. And what I do there is sometimes I'll release some music or whatever I'm working on. Some just game videos and things.
So how's your channel doing for you? You think you're having a lot of subscribers out there?
Almost 100. Right now I'm at 96.
Look at you. Wow, that's very nice, you know, because especially getting subscribers on YouTube these days, I think is a tough job. I couldn't get many there when I tried to. Not now, but when I tried to earlier, I couldn't. It was a disaster. Let's not even talk about it. Back to you. So you also play the flute, right?
Yep.
So how did you get into playing flute?
So 6th grade beginner band, I learned flute there. My private instructor's name is Kate Martin.
Okay.
She is my flute teacher, and I've been doing virtual classes throughout the summer too.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's how it started.
Very nice. So do you have a piece for us with the flute today?
I have the American National Anthem.
Wow, impressive. All right, let's hear you do it. That was just phenomenal. I have never seen a live performance of National Anthem on a flute. That was just beautiful. How long did it take for you to perform that piece?
I'm thinking I learned it in a week for a Scouts event, so it was like kind of like a fast thing.
Yeah.
Just 1 week.
Very nice. Okay, so flute, you're tremendously amazing here. But back to singing, what inspired you to start singing? Because you're only 12, and you said you started when you were 4?
Yeah, around that age.
So what inspired you back then?
So I was watching, like my parents used to watch this show called Super Singer, and on that show there was somebody named Revant, and I just liked the way he sang, and I'm like, ooh, that's cool.
All right.
And later that week he was coming on a different show, like a game show, and there was one song he lip synced on that show. He didn't even sing the original. He just lip synced it on that show, and I liked it, and I learned it, and that was the first song I performed on stage.
He's probably gonna hate you if he watches this interview. Like he literally put me out there saying I lip synced it and I didn't really sing it. Wow, why would you do that
No,
to him?
it was just like he was like lip syncing in
I'm
celebration
just
kind of thing.
messing with you. All right, so that leads me to you, Suman. So you are also a singer, making waves out there. So can I hear a little something in your voice today?
Yeah, definitely. So I released a single recently, so that's what I'm going to sing. It's called Yentamma, and it was sung by Vijay Prakash, and lyrics was written by Chandra Bose.
Very nice. Super excited. Go for it.
Sapama, Dveshama, Yentamma, Iduram, Nyayama, Imoname, Yentamma, Ni Pantam, Kalale Karigene, Kaligene, Kalavaram, Manase Naligene, Narakamaina Pratikshanam, Yentamma, 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 oh, oh, Yentamma, 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 oh, oh.
Wow. I am mesmerized by your voice, your rhythm, your singing overall.
Thank you.
Wow. So how long have you been singing for?
I've been singing since the age of 6, so.
Very well. That was really, really soothing. I loved it. What did it mean? Just really quickly.
So this song, the concept was, it's a breakup song. So a guy singing about a girl leaving, typical Bollywood.
Okay.
So the song, I composed it, and then we thought of the concept and everything.
Very nice. So he says, "Hum tere bin ab reh nahi sakte," and you're singing the same concept.
Both of
Wow, look at you. And I bet that wasn't planned.
Nope.
That's amazing. Okay. Well, I still can't get over how beautiful your voice is. And with a mentor like you, I'm sure you're going to go far, far beyond success. So you're on the right track here.
Thank
He's
you.
amazing. Very nice. Amazing. Okay. So this brings us to the fun segment of our show. So I have some questions that Karthik wanted me to ask you to see how much you know, because he claims you're not only a mentor, you're also his friend.
Yep.
Yes.
So, and since y'all have been friends for 8 years, why not, right?
Yeah.
So you are only going to have like, well, not even 2 seconds. You have to be quick, okay? Cool. What are Karthik's 2 favorite games? Go.
Minecraft and Fortnite.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, cool. What is Karthik's favorite movie? Go.
Avengers.
Cool. What software does Karthik use? You should know that.
FL Studio.
FL Studio
Recommended
20.
it to
Yes, okay, so you should know that one, and you did. What is Karthik's favorite instrument?
Guitar.
No, it's a trick question. I don't have one.
It was a trick question. Yes, I have the answer right here. It's a trick question. Okay. Well, you kind of answered the next question, so I'm not going to ask. Who is Karthik's favorite Avenger?
Iron Man.
No.
No.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And last one. Does Karthik like Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
You know this.
He does. All right. Ding, ding, ding. Wow. So 9 out of 10. That was amazing.
Yep.
Very nice. Well, there weren't 9 questions, but I would give you a 9 out of 10. There were like 7 questions. Okay. Cool.
So 5 out of 6.
So the question I've been dying to ask both of y'all is, if you had to pick 3 things that your future girlfriend would have, what would it be? What are 3 things you would be looking into your future girlfriend? Does that make sense? Come on, tell me.
Music.
Okay, she should know music. Okay, musically talented.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
What else?
I don't know, you tell me, your question, buddy.
Should have basic knowledge, I guess.
Of
like,
what?
At least be smart, like
Okay.
maybe B average or A average.
Okay, B average, A average, all right. So she should be musically talented, A average, B average, and what? One more
And-
thing, come on, you can come up with something.
What's the other thing?
You don't want her to be pretty, beautiful, I don't know, talkative, quiet, I don't know, give me something.
I don't want her to be socially awkward.
Okay, good,
Because
that's all.
then she could cover up my awkwardness.
You're not socially awkward. Your turn. 3 things you're looking into.
Definitely, she should be into the arts or anything that's unique, like dancing, singing.
Okay.
whatnot.
Okay.
Just really supportive of anything that we choose together or anything she wants to go for.
Right.
I'll be supportive of her. She needs to be supportive of my decisions. And the third thing is,
Quick.
just just
Good looks, good looks,
Yeah,
good
good
looks.
looks, fine.
Come
Yeah,
on, man.
yeah.
You guys are not mentioning it, but I know deep down that's what y'all are aiming for, good looks. Okay, 3 things you do that embarrasses your parents. Go. I want to know.
I embarrass them?
Yes, I'm sure you do. So what do you do that you think embarrasses them?
That's a question for them.
What? You
You
probably
can ask
know.
me how they embarrass me.
Okay, how do they embarrass you then? Tell me. I want to know.
Sometimes when they're talking with my friends, my friends don't understand their accents sometimes, and that's kind of embarrassing.
All right, and how do you embarrass your parents?
Me choosing this career, music career.
Oh, they're embarrassed by
Sometimes.
it?
They support me for
But
sure.
of course, but
they're just like,
you could have done something else.
you
The
could have chosen
typical Indian
anything
parents.
else.
It's okay. Okay. Tell me 3 reasons that you would think are acceptable for being late.
Any legitimate accident, like a car accident.
I
or
was
something.
aiming for a fun side, yo. Come on. Like 3
so like
funny
not
reasons.
something serious.
Yeah, but something you would make up.
I tripped and fell. you
Okay.
know, and
1.
Yeah, I was running late because I didn't eat my last meal. Or, I don't know. What else? I just didn't feel like it.
Okay, there you go. That's what I was looking for. All right, and at that point, we are done with today's segment. Thank you so much, Karthik, for coming, and thank you for bringing such a talented mentor here. Thank you so much for gracing us.
having me. Yes.
Oh, you're very welcome. The pleasure was all mine to have such beautifully talented people here on my show, so thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. If you are a talented kid out there and you are great friends with your mentor and you think you and your mentor need to be on this show, please contact us on Facebook, Little Superstar page, or you can email us on littlesuperstars@ntvhouston.com. Mwah, bye.
दिल से दिल की बातें कहते हैं